Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Celtic Cauldron by Mary. I'm Mary Beth. Told y'all that tonight I'd be showing y'all how I make my anointing oil. I'm really excited about this one, so I'm going to make a lot because we have a blue moon coming. And as y'all know, that only happens about every 2.5 years, so I'm going to charge a little bit extra. So what I'm going to start with is I have a few of my dry ingredients already in here. Actually, the first thing I need to do is get everything going. So the candle I'm burning is a homemade one. Since we are getting so close to Samhain, that candle is got homemade sage and lavender. And it is to help bring the spirits closer as you want to work with them through the through Samhain. Get my little turtle here. Jars. Don't know if y'all can hear all the wolves out back, or the coyotes. We live out in the middle of nowhere. What I'm doing here are these little small ones. These are the ones that I put in my boxes. I do them individually because I'm going to do one for me personally, one that I put in my boxes. So what I do is after I make all of the oil, I will put it into the small one and then I'll melt wax on top of it. And this that I'm doing is also homemade. I don't really get into the white sage since it is so hard to find. I used to use it a long time ago, but now I find I actually enjoy using my garden sage a lot more anyway. And then it's infused with some goldenrod that came right out of one of our pastures. Okay, so we'll set that way. Get a little incense burning. And the incense I'm burning is full moon because I want all of this to sit for 7 days, and then I will put it out under the full blue moon if I can get it to take. It never works out once the camera's on. There we go. Okay, so I have some really old well, it's the extra virgin olive oil, EVO, if y'all don't know. And this is a container that I use. So I'm going to put equal parts of this and that when it comes time for it. I just love my old jar right there. So in here I have put some of my kitchen sage and some myrrh. Now I don't want to grind it up too much because I will strain it at the end of the 7 days. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of the cinnamon. Kind of just enough to break it up enough. So far, all we have used is the garden sage, myrrh, and a little bit of cinnamon. And then I am also going to add a little bit of sandalwood powder. No, not a little bit. I really like sandalwood. Okay. And if you're wondering, the reason why I'm wearing gloves is they are still peeling really bad from my last treatment. So usually none of these herbs would hurt, but I'm afraid that tonight they might would because they get a little potent and some spots in my hands are really raw right now. But it's definitely getting better. Okay, so those are all of the dry ingredients I'm going to use. Now I'm going to take my cute little Thankful bowl. Pour all of that into there. I'm going to add just a little bit of some cedarwood oil. About 10 to 15 drops. And then I also usually add just like 1 or 2 small drops of orange. Now this is just for my anointing. And this one's almost empty. I have some more in the making. I'll show y'all how I do that one day too. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add the oils. Let's see. I'm going to do the EVO oil first and hope I don't spill the crap out of this. I'm going to pour that in there. Now the reason I like mixing it is the EVO has a little bit of a scent. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit stronger, but it's very traditional. The grapeseed oil has less scent, not quite as traditional. But I have fallen in love with it. It just does so well with everything that I have used and mixed it with so far. All right, so equal parts of the grapeseed. And the extra virgin olive oil. And then this is what is left over from my anointing oil from last time. I don't like to waste anything, so since this did not get used, I'm going to infuse it with this one. Find my stick over here and start kind of stirring it up a little bit. Isn't it just fun to watch me stir a bowl? Okay, so now that it's stirred just a little bit, that's pretty much all we're going to do until next Saturday when we take it out into the sun. Or, I mean, not into the sun, under the moon. But I do want to show you how I do mine separate from everyone else's. So what I'm going to do is split this up. This is just a little thing that y'all can do to make it your own. And of course I forgot to, there we go. You want to make sure that you get enough of all the goodies in both of them. Make sure we wipe all that out. Okay, now what I'm saying about this being only one being for me and one being for friends or people who buy this from my Etsy store is that I like to make it mine by cutting off just a smidgen of my hair. So the one for me is going to go into this one right here. Stir it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and close mine off. Now you want to make sure you always try to use glass. Amber is a much better choice. I've had a little trouble finding the amber ones this small, but this size really works for me. So I like this size. But I usually try to do everything else in amber so it doesn't go bad as quickly, even my little dropper bottles. Now this anointing oil can be used for numerous things. There's nothing on here that is going to hurt you unless you are allergic to one of the ingredients that I've already said out loud. So you can, if you're getting ready to do a ritual and you're going to take your cleansing bath, you can anoint yourself with this oil. When you get your new tools, you can anoint your tools with this oil. This is just a good all-around basic anointing oil, and it just comes in really handy. These little bitty ones, I get my dropper. And then I get my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever done it while I was talking. I usually say all the prayers in my head. I'll pray over mine later tonight. But while I do each one of these individually, which I'm only going to do one for y'all. You're not going to have to watch me do all 30 or however many. I say a little general blessing and prayer, hoping that this will help you in your way. See, these little things hold a lot more than you realize. And then sometimes I do make some of these for myself. So again, I'm going to demonstrate. I showed you the first one, but this is how I do it. I'm going to get one of my candles. I use red for just my plain basic anointing oil. And I've already used up all of my There we go. Already used up all the matches that I brought over here with me. So I'm going to use this little thing. And I just melt just enough of it to where it's got a little bit of a seal, so that whoever receives it can tell that it has hopefully never been opened. You don't have to use a candle. I do sometimes use a Crayola crayon, and I'll tell you why only Crayola. Crayola is doing their best to be as natural as possible. I know there's a lot of controversy about some of it, but as far as their crayons, from what I can tell, 100% natural, really into the recycling and things. And that is also how I tint my candles and my soap, is with Crayola crayons, because they are very natural and they're doing what they can for our environment right now. So I hope you have enjoyed this, and I will get the rest of these filled, say a little prayer over them, and y'all hit me up on my Etsy shop. Please, if you liked this, I'd love for you to go up and hit the like button and then subscribe. And when I hit 100 subscribers, I got a free deck of tarot cards I'm going to hand out. So y'all have a wonderful night, and thanks so much for spending your time with me.